the chapter from Snapshot textbook of class 11 in English. The name of the chapter is The Address by Marga Minko. Children, before moving towards the chapter, let's know about the author. Marga Minko is the pen name of Sarah Menko. She was born on 31st March 1920. In 1942, her parents were forced to move into the Jewish quarters. Her parents, her brother, her sisters, all were deported, but only Marga Minko was able to manage to survive in the war by hiding herself. Thus, her story always revolves around existential problem faced by the survivor. Children, this story is about The Address by Marga Minko. It's a story about a girl who had lost everything because of the war. She has lost her family, she has lost all her belongings, but she had remembered an address which was house number 46 in Marconi Street, and the name of the owner of the house was Mrs. Doling. So this address was given to her by her mother so that in case if their families are not with her, she may go in this address and collect all her belongings which she belongs. But when she reached in that address, house number 46, Marconi Street, she was not recognized by Mrs. Doling because Mrs. Doling thought that during the war all the family are killed by the militaries. So Mrs. Doling was not welcoming her in a hospitality way, but in a very cold way. So she was hesitated to make her come inside of her home also. So at these situations, the narrator was hesitating to come inside of the house because she thought that might be she had come in the wrong address, but she had recognized her mother's garden which was in green color that Mrs. Doling had wore it. She recognized and she was having that strong confidence that this is the right address. She had came because she had recognized the dress of her mother which Mrs. Doling had wore on that particular day. Then she returned back to wait for the train. Then she had memories of this Mrs. Doling that whenever she come to their home, because they were rich, Marga Minko means the narrator was very rich before the war. So this Mrs. Doling came to their house and take each and every things of their house and pretend to say that she will keep all those things safe, and when they return, she will return it to them. By saying that, Marga Minko was able to recollect all those things, and again she came back to the same address, house number 46, Marconi Street. Again she rang the bell and the door opens, and in this time a young girl opened the door, and when that young girl asked the protagonist, the narrator, that whom do you want to meet, then the narrator said that she wanted to meet Mrs. Doling, and that girl child said that her mother was in work, so he invited her to come inside the home and make her sit in the living room. So during that girl calling her mother, when the narrator was sitting inside the living room, she was able to recognize all those things that were there in the living room, especially the silver spoons, the tablecloths, and all other things that were the dining table, and so on. There were so many things that was belonging to her own family. But in that particular living room, she was able to recognize that those things were not of hers, because all those things are now in a different place, in a different situations. So she decided not to meet Mrs. Doling, as she was feeling very horror, very ashamed of coming to that particular home to recollect her own belongings, but she was thinking that she had came in the wrong address. So my dear children, these are some of the situations, some of the problems we may face in our day-to-day life. We may collect, we may recollect, we may relate those things in human. When someone whom you loved is not loving you, is not able to recognizing you, so how will you feel? You will feel that that person whom I know is avoiding me and not knowing me is really a very painful thing. So the things which has been lost, let it be lost, and we have to move forward to a new life. My dear children, the address written by Margot Mincourt is a story which depicts the life and history of those people who survived during the war and after the war. Many had lost their life, many had lost their families, many had lost their belongings, their treasures, their homes. So many things we lost during the war. So this war is a very dangerous thing in our life, in our society, because wars makes destruction only. It never brings happiness or joy. It never brings victory. It always brings destruction and all, and painful thoughts and painful memories. So Margot Mincourt wanted to make us realize all those pain of the survivors who had survived after the war. So how those people may survive after the war, because before war might be they have a good reputation, might be they had a good home, might be they were rich, but after the war they are now in a situation that they are not able to buy anything for themselves to eat. So this is the story written by Margot Mincourt, and now we can relate a life that we should be thankful to our God that our life is not like that. We are thankful that India is a place of peace. So we should always pray for India, that India should be away from all this war, and the people who are living in this place may live in peace and happiness and prosperity. So let's move on to the theme of the story. The theme of the story, The Address by Margot Mincourt, revolves around the personal challenges that all of us have to encounter as individuals while resolving crises in our life. War brings destruction, pain and loss of life, which impact humans in various ways. However, this story speaks about the narrator and mother's life and how they disrupted due to war. The story tells us to have the courage of leaving your things behind you and realizing that it doesn't matter if your memories have a proof or not, because they will linger in your memory and heart forever. So it's better to forget the past and moving on to a new life. Dear children, I have arranged some multiple choice questions for you which are really very important, and they come in your centralized examinations. So the first question is, how did Mrs. Dolin treat the author when the author visited her? Option A, warm and welcoming. Option B, cold and inhospitable. Option C, overjoyed. Option D, both A and C. The answer is option B, cold and inhospitable. Like we had seen in the story, we have heard in the story now that Mrs. Dolin was not hospitable. She was not able to recognize the narrator, the protagonist. The second question is, her face gave absolutely no sign of recognition. Who is her? Option A, Mrs. S. Option B, Mrs. Dolin's daughter. Option C, Mrs. Dolin. Option D, Mrs. S. daughter. Correct answer for this is Mrs. Dolin. Now my next questions. In what attire did the author find Mrs. Dolin? Option A, author's mother's green knitted gardiner. B, author's green knitted gardiner. C, author is unable to recognize it. D, not mentioned in the story. The correct option is A, author's mother green knitted gardiner. Question number 4. What was the address that the author's mother asked her to remember? Option A, number 50 Marconi Street. Option B, number 46 Baker Street. Option C, number 55 Marconi Street. Option D, number 46 Marconi Street. And the correct answer is option D, number 46 Marconi Street. Now comes question number 5. Mrs. Dolin was dash of Mrs. S. Option A, a sister. Option B, an old acquaintance. Option C, an old friend. Option D, a relative. The correct answer is option B, an old acquaintance. Now question number 6. Mrs. Dolin took the possession of the thing on the pretense of dash. Children, can you guess? Mrs. Dolin took the possession of the things on the pretense of dash. Option A, using them. Option B, selling them. Option C, keeping them safe. Option D, both A and B. What is the correct answer? The correct answer is option C, keeping them safe. Now the next question, question number 7. Who is the author of the address? Who is the author of the address? Option A, Manon Uphoff. Option B, Marga Minko. Option C, Marnade de Moore. Option D, none of the above. Correct answer is option B, Marga Minko. Question number 8. Who is the protagonist of the address? Option A, Mrs. Dolin. Option B, Mrs. S. daughter. Option C, Mrs. S. Option D, Mrs. Dolin's daughter. So the correct answer is option B, Mrs. S. daughter. Next question, question number 9. Why did the object lose the value for the author? Why did the objects lose the value for the author? Option A, because their prices fell down. Option B, because they were difficult to take along. Option C, because she had new objects. Option D, because she saw them in different surroundings. So the correct answer for this question is because she saw them in different surroundings. Option D. The last question. What was the protagonist's reaction when she entered the living room? Question number 10. What was the protagonist's reaction when she entered the living room? Option A, thrilled. Option B, emotional. Option C, nervous. Option D, horrified. And the correct answer is option D, horrified. Question number 11. I thought that no one had come back. Why does Mrs. Dolan say this? Option A, because she was happy to see the protagonist. Option B, because she had been waiting for the protagonist for a long time. Option C, because she thought everyone in the protagonist's family were dead. Option D, none of the above. And the correct answer is option C, because she thought everyone in the protagonist's family were dead. Question number 12. Was the author convinced with her mother's idea of letting Mrs. Dolan take away their things? Option A, absolutely. Option B, partially. Option C, not at all. Option D, not mentioned in the story. And the correct answer is option B, partially. Question number 13. How does the author describe Mrs. Dolan when she saw her the first time during the war? Option A woman with a broad back. Option B, a woman with a round neck. Option C, a woman with a straight back. Option D, none of the above. And the correct answer is option A, a woman with a broad back. Question number 14. Why did the author wait for such a long time before visiting the address? Option A, because she was not interested. Option B, because she was afraid to confront her mother's belonging. Option C, both A and B. Option D, none of the above. And the correct answer is option C, both A and B. Because she was not interested and because she was afraid to confront her mother's belonging. Question number 15. Why had the author come to visit Mrs. Dolan? Option A, because Mrs. Dolan had belongings of author's mother. Option B, because Mrs. Dolan called her. Option C, because she missed Mrs. Dolan. Option D, none of the above. And the correct answer is option A, because Mrs. Dolan had belongings of author's mother. Question number 16. Who opened the door upon the author's second visit to Mrs. Dolan's house? The options are option A, Mrs. Dolan. Option B, Mrs. Dolan's daughter. Option C, Mrs. Dolan's husband. Option D, no one opened the door. And the correct answer is option B, Mrs. Dolan's daughter. Question number 17. Unlike Mrs. Dolan, her daughter was dash towards the author. Option A, rude. Option B, mature. Option C, hospitable. Option D, mean. And the correct option is option C, hospitable. Question number 18. I was in a room I knew and did not know. What does author mean by this? Option A, she saw familiar things but in unfamiliar surroundings. Option B, she saw unfamiliar things but in familiar surroundings. Option C, she did not recognize the thing she saw. Option D, she did not want to remember anything. And the correct answer is option A, she saw familiar things but in unfamiliar surroundings. Question number 19. How does the author describe the living room? Option A, muggy smell. Option B, strange atmosphere. Option C, sophisticated. Option D, both A and B. And the correct answer is both A and B. It was muggy smell and strange atmosphere. Question number 20. In what condition did the author find the living room? Option A, haphazard. Option B, well arranged. Option C, empty. Option D, old fashioned. And the correct answer is option A, haphazard, which means unsystematic. Next question is question number 21. The author remembered that the woolen tablecloth had dash. Option A, an ink mark. Option B, a defect. Option C, a burn mark. Option D, none of the above. And the correct answer is option C, a burn mark. Next question, question number 22. According to the author, when do we notice the things in the house? Option A, when they are out of our sight. Option B, when they are used. Option C, when they are shown. Option D, all of the above. And the correct answer is option A, when they are out of our sight. Question number 23. What was the silver that the author was once asked to clean by her mother? Option A, jewelry. Option B, cutlery. Option C, sculptures. Option D, stones. And the correct answer is cutlery. Means a collective ensemble of eating and serving utensils such as knife, forks and spoons. Question number 24. Why did the author leave Mrs. Dorlin in a hurry? Option A, because she was getting late for the train. Option B, because she no longer wanted to stay there. Option C, both A and B. Option D, none of the above. The correct answer is both A and B. Question number 25. At the end, what does the author decide? Option A, to forget the address. Option B, to visit next year again. Option C, to remember the address forever. Option D, none of the above. And the correct answer is option A, to forget the address. Question number 26. The author had come to visit Mrs. Dorlin dash the war. Option A, during the war. Option B, before the war. Option C, after the war. Option D, not mentioned in the story. And the correct answer is option C, after the war. Question number 27. What was the very first out of a mother's possessions that the protagonist could recognize? Option A, Hanukkah candle holder. Option B, woolen tablecloth. Option C, white teapot. Option D, green knitted garden. And the correct answer is option D, green knitted garden. Question number 28. In total, how many times did the author visit the given address? Option A, twice. Option B, once. Option C, thrice. Option D, never. And the correct answer is option A, twice. Question number 29. After reading the address, how would you describe Mrs. Dorlin? Option A, materialistic. Option B, shellfish. Option C, opportunist. Option D, all of the above. And the correct answer is option D, all of the above. A last question, question number 30. What message does the address talk about? Option A, importance of things. Option B, not to trust someone. Option C, human predicament of verb, option D, none of the above. And the correct answer is option C, human predicament of verb. Predicament means difficult situations. Hope children, you might have understood this chapter very easily, because this chapter is very easy and easy to understand. That's all for today's class. Have a nice day.